your favorite first grade? What was your first grade class like?
Well, in my first grade class, there were probably 25 children, and we all had desks. We didn't have tables like you have in your classroom. We had desks, old-fashioned desks, and they were all in lines in the classroom. But there was a great big blackboard on the side of the wall. It was the whole wall, and there were little chairs that went in a semicircle like this, and the teacher would write things on the board, and we would all sit in those little chairs, and we could raise our hand if she asked a question.
What was your first grade teacher's name?
You know what? I remember my first grade teacher's name, even though I'm so old. And my first grade teacher's name was Mrs. Hume. And Mrs. Hume was a very skinny kind of lady and very tall. And she wore her hair pulled back in a bun. And she didn't smile very often. I don't know why.
What is your favorite school memory?
I think my favorite school memory is, and I said this last year, I think I told this story when I did this interview with Asher, because you weren't there, so I'm going to tell you too. My favorite school memory was when I was in first grade, we had hamsters in our classroom. Hamsters are do you know what a hamster is? Little bitty fuzzy thing. And my favorite school memory was on the weekends, we got to bring the hamsters. Students took turns, and we brought the hamsters home to our house to spend the weekend. And my favorite memory was the weekend that I got to bring the hamster to my house. And I had the cage, and it stayed there all weekend, and it slept in my bedroom.
What was your favorite thing to do in school?
You know, I think that my favorite thing to do in school was to read. I really liked to read. I also liked to do jump rope. I do like now. But we used to do jump rope. Do you play jump rope outside?
Sometimes.
There were people who turned it, and then you took turns jumping.
Yeah, 2 people.
Yeah, one at each end. I used to like to do jump rope.
What did you like about school?
I think that pretty much it was part of my life, and I pretty much liked everything about it. Sometimes I didn't like, sometimes there were people who weren't always nice, other kids in my class. Mostly people were okay, but I was the very littlest person in my class. My whole life I was the very littlest person in my class. And when I was in first grade, sometimes it was hard to be little because I didn't feel strong enough if somebody picked on me or something. And sometimes that happened, mostly not, but sometimes.
Well, it's good to be small because then you can just like jump away from them.
You can.
I was more intelligent.
And I was really fast. Are you really fast too? I bet you are really fast. But also, you know what else I learned? I learned that sometimes you can, if you're really nice to somebody, you can make them laugh or you can make them feel better. And then actually, people aren't mean to you. Yeah, they do. That's exactly right, Sally. Exactly right. Is that all the questions you have? Can I ask you a question? Yeah? What's your favorite thing about school? If you had to pick one.
I pretty much like gym.
Do you? You know, Papa just was telling a story about school in Asher's class. And you know what Papa said? He said he doesn't really remember so much about school from then, but he does remember his very favorite subject. And you know what his very favorite subject was?
Gym.
Recess.
Recess.